Hey dolls and friends, welcome back and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michon, and on this channel I create all things budget-friendly home decor DIYs using majority of Dollar Tree or other affordable items. But if you're not new, hey doll, hey. Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh. Today's video is all about more Christmas decor and specifically some personalized gifts. I'm going to show you how you're going to use your Cricut, whatever machine you have. In this video, I'm using my Cricut Joy and a Cricut Explore 3 to show you how to create some super easy gifts for this Christmas season. So if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and stick around, and I really hope you enjoy the video. If you're new and love what you see, but also love all things home decor DIY on a budget, I would also appreciate if you consider subscribing and hitting the bell right next to it so you're notified every time that I upload, and you too can be part of my Crafty Doll family. Alright dolls, let's go ahead and jump right in. For this first DIY, I am using this Hobby Lobby sign that was on clearance. It was less than $2. I got a bunch of them actually, and I love using these clearance blanks. I think they're just so great. They have great bones, and you can do so much with them. Anyways, I just removed the tag and sanded down the front of the sign, and then I'm just going to paint over it using some white chalk paint, and I did 2 coats. Obviously, on my Christmas list is a sander. Next, I decided that I wanted to paint the sides and give it a red trim. I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a festive look to it. And this is a gift for someone that wants some Christmas decor in their home. So this is what it looks like once I'm done. And then I'm just going to sand down the edges just to get that excess paint off. Once that's complete, I'm going to set that aside and then head into Design Space for my Cricut. I'm going to go to the top and click my Cricut Joy because that is the machine that I want to use. I was working on another project here, so I just have to replace my canvas so I get a new fresh canvas, a blank canvas on my screen. Once I do that, I will go over to the left side and click on Images and just type in Reindeer. I'm looking just for like the reindeer like outline silhouette face. You could also type in reindeer face if you want, but I just went ahead and typed in reindeer, and then a bunch of selections came up. The great thing with Cricut nowadays is that everybody can share their designs and you know exactly who it's from, and I just love seeing the creativity for people that people have in Design Space. My Design Space page is also going to be linked in my description box below for you. So I just found the reindeer face that I wanted, clicked on that, and then clicked on Add to Canvas, and then it is on my canvas now. Now, this is all grouped together, but what I decided to do was go down to the bottom on the right side and click on Attach, so that way it's all one color. I'm going to cut this out on some brown vinyl, and so then I just kind of resized it to where I wanted it to be. You can go to the top bar area where it says size and just put in your own measurements after you unclick the lock button, and then click the lock button back once you are satisfied with it. Then I went ahead and duplicated the reindeer faces twice, and then I'm going to select it all and click Align and align them to the right and align them vertically so they are just in one line. And then I'm going to group them together and then going to attach them together. When you group and attach, that means your image is going to print out or cut out as one image. Then I just duplicated that row on its own. And then I decided that I needed to go ahead and create a square the size of the sign that I'm putting this on. So I go to Shapes and then just click on the square and then resize that to the size that it needs to be. I go to Arrange and put the square to the back of the reindeer faces. Just send it to the back and then resize my row of reindeer. So then I had to delete the other two and then duplicate the first one, if that makes any sense. And I just kept fiddling around with it. Once it was done, I was done with fiddling around with the sizing. I just deleted the square. I didn't need that anymore. Selected all of the reindeer and then aligned them vertically. So that way they were in line, and then aligned them to the right. That way it cuts out the way it's supposed to. Group and attach that again so it cuts out as one image, and then click on Make It, click on on a mat because I'm doing all my Cricut Joy, so I'm going to do it on a mat. I do have smart vinyl, but it is smart vinyl for my Cricut Explore 3, so it doesn't fit all the way across for my Joy, so that's why I have to use a mat. I just click pressure for more for my pressure and the type of material, which is going to be removable vinyl. So this is the essentials package that I normally get when I'm doing a bunch of different projects or trying new things because I don't know what colors I need. So I just picked the brown one out of that case or that package, and then cut down a piece of my vinyl to size to fit on my long mat for my Joy. Use my brayer tool to smooth it down and then let my Cricut do its work. And it just takes a few minutes for it to cut out. The Cricut Joy, I really love using this machine because it's so compact and I can just move it on and off of my workspace. I love the Cricut Explore 3 because it's super fast, but the Joy is just so easy to handle, deal with, and yeah, for smaller projects like this, that's why I like to use the Joy, because I don't have to use so much vinyl. Like, I don't have to like mess with so much unused vinyl, and it's just a lot easier. Like I said, I just put it on my workspace and that's it. Next thing I do, I'm just going to weed out the unwanted excess vinyl that I don't need and use my Cricut transfer tape to transfer my reindeer images over, and then go ahead and smooth that out onto the front of my sign. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to do a little red nose for Rudolph, so I just cut off like a piece of fabric and then just a small dab of hot glue on that. And that's it for this one. I think it's adorable. And I think that, you know, if you want to gift this to somebody for Christmas decor, they're going to absolutely love it.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, spend my time running.
Next up, I'm taking this blank tray, wood tray from Hobby Lobby as well. I think this cost me just like $2. I already had some mixture of brown paint and water in like a little cup, so I decided I wanted to use that. I wanted to get a faux stain look on it, and I chose not to use stain because vinyl does not stick well to stain. You have to Mod Podge it over. I just didn't feel like going through that process, so all I did was just paint the tray and then use some baby wipes and wipe it down to get the stain effect. And then I decided to take some white chalk paint and paint the trim of my tray, and I think it turned out really, really well. After I'm done with that and it's dry and it's drying, I'm just going to go back into Design Space and go to a new canvas. This one's going to be really easy. Just go to Images, and then I'm going to type in Santa Snacks. I'm actually going to gift this to my sister for her kids because they're starting to not believe in Santa anymore, but I thought it would just be fun for them to do this. Of course, I'm going to make one for my kids as well. And all I did was type in Santa Snacks and chose the one that I wanted. I absolutely love doing super easy projects like this because the design is already there. You don't have to create it yourself. You just kind of choose from an assortment of of options that Design Space has. Resize it to where you want. It's going to cut out on two different mats because it's two different colors, so red and green. So you're just going to have to layer it, and I'll show you that. I'm going to choose my material, which is removable vinyl, and then my pressure is going to be more, and it's going to cut out. Like I said, I love the Cricut Explore 3 because it deals really well with big projects like this. The machine is super duper fast when it cuts, y'all, and I don't have to use a mat. As you can see here, there's no mat that I'm using. I'm just loading the smart vinyl material straight into the machine, and I love it. So once that's done, then I'm just gonna cut down my pieces and weed out what I don't need. Sometimes when you're layering things, there's a lot of vinyl that you're not gonna use. But I was just too nervous to like keep most of the unused vinyl, so I just threw it away. So this is what I'm talking about as far as the layering goes. You just have to position it to where you need your items need to be. So in my case, it's the red dots. They have to be in a specific place on the circles of the greenery. And I weeded the greenery out first. That actually took a very long time because it was small, intricate cuts that this design was. So just be mindful of that process when you are weeding, that you're going to have to go slow in some aspects. In this one, I had to go just a tiny bit slower than I normally would. But then I just lined it up, and then it goes on just the way that it's supposed to. So then I just add everything else, the Santa snacks, the circular, what they look like wreaths, and then the cookies, milk, and carrots. And that's it for this one. You can cover this with some protective sealant if you want to. I just did a little bit of Mod Podge because nobody's really going to eat off of this. And if you do, just put something on the bottom of underneath like the food. But I think it's so adorable. Yes, those are cheese cubes because we didn't have any more carrots. Caleb loves carrots, so they're all gone. But I really love how this turned out.
It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and
Next up, I'm taking another blank from Hobby Lobby. I think this one was $3. I absolutely love the bones of this. It's a huge sign, and I love the frame of it. So I'm going to leave the frame the same color and everything, and then just pop out the insert. It was listed as damaged, but it just didn't hold together on the inside, so a little bit of hot glue can fix that, no problem. And then all I did was sand down the image onto the front of the sign. And as I stated earlier in this video, yes, my Christmas list wish is going to be a sander, like an electric sander, where I don't have to, get a cramp in my hand from trying to sand down these images. Anyways, once the sanding was done for that, and then I just painted the front of the sign using some white chalk paint. And I think I did 2 coats, but I think I did pretty thick coats for that. Setting that aside to dry, I'm going to head into Design Space on a new canvas. I'm going to first click on Shapes and resize out my square. This is a 12 by 12 sign, so I'm just gonna size it out the way that I need and change it to a white color. It helps me visually understand and know the colors that I'm going to be working with. Then I click on text and just type in my text, which is going to be "My greatest blessings call me Nana." And I just choose my font for this. So for the first one, it's going to be this BFC Parish Treat, I believe. If you know your font names, just type it in there. That's the easiest. Cricut has so many different font types that it takes forever to truly find one that you like to match whatever it is you're looking for. You can also go on the top right corner where it says bookmarks when you are searching for a font and save your fonts there. That way it'll be easily accessible for you next time. So yeah, but what I do, because I know that I have a lot of text going on in this sign, I go ahead and duplicate the first one because it just makes it easier for me. And then I just type in the rest of the font type that I want for each of these sections. So obviously this is for Nana. My kids call my mom Nana. So I thought this would be super adorable. She kind of has she already has a blanket kind of like this from my sister a few years ago, but I only had one son at that time. So now we'll have 3 kids by the time she gets this. And yes, I'm revealing my 3rd baby's name down at the bottom, my little girl that is coming in a few days. So by the time, depending on when you're watching this video, I would already have given birth to her. So yeah, but I thought this was cute and adorable. So after I typed in everything, I just made sure I resized it, and then I selected it all and then aligned it centrally, so that way it was center aligned. Then I went to images, typed in hearts, selected my hearts image that I wanted to place in my sign, and then just kind of turned it a little bit. You can rotate it at the top bar. You used to be able to rotate it on the image. I'm not sure if I'm missing something or if Cricut updated something, but anyways, you just turn it, and then I duplicated it and then flipped it so that way I wouldn't have to turn it again. And then after that, I went to make it, but I forgot I needed to delete the square, and then click on my Explore 3, and then it will cut out just make sure that, so for all of my niece and nephews and my kids' names, I selected all of those, grouped them together, and attached them so they cut out as one image. Remember just to do that. When you want a phrase or images to be one in the way that you have positioned them, make sure you attach it, because that's the only way that it's going to cut out together. After it cuts out, then I just weed everything out, and then I'm going to start to put everything together. I decided to put my insert back into the frame first because I am really bad at eyeballing instead of like actually measuring it out. So I knew that I would probably do something where I put it too close to the edge so that like the frame would cover the word or something. Totally something I would do, because guess what I did? I put all of these kids' words, all of these kids' names on here. It's just a little bit crooked. Like, it's not too terribly bad, but I can tell that it's a little bit crooked. But hey, my mom will love it and she will be happy with it. So yeah, anyways, after I transferred everything from the transfer tape and put it onto the sign, I smooth everything out, and then I have my hearts. They're actually going to be red. And they're just kind of like hollowed out hearts for it. And I put those right on both sides of the word Nana. Then from Hobby Lobby, I'm using this gift trim. It was in the Christmas section. It's red and white, has some stars on it and some pearls, all stuff my mom absolutely loves. And the colors she loves red and pink. So I decided that I wanted to do that. So I popped out my insert because it just wasn't working for me to try to get it down. And I just used a little bit of hot glue on all of the ends. So I did 2 rows of this gift trim like ribbon, and I just used the stars as a point of reference to put down my hot glue. Then I just put hot glue on the inside of the frame and put my insert back in, and that is it for this one. I think it's so adorable. It's probably my favorite gift that I'm going to be giving, only because it's my mom this season, but plan to make one for my mother-in-law and whoever else wants one. I think it's adorable.
Making our Christmas memories, oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how?
Last DIY, I'm taking a 12-inch wood round. Actually, I don't remember where I got this. I'm pretty sure it was not from Hobby Lobby. I could have just had it on hand. Anyways, I'm doing a rough paint job of my white chalk paint. I'm not getting full coverage on this because I'm looking for that Farmhouse Rustic charm for this. This is actually, I'm going to gift this to one of my friends. She wants a Christmas sign, so Merry Christmas sign for her front door. So to make things super easy, just go to Design Space in your canvas, put out another circle on the shapes and do a 12 by 12 size. Just resize that. Go to phrases, type in Merry Christmas, pick out whatever phrase you like. I like to be able to edit the phrases that I choose that are already in Design Space. So what I did is chose this Merry Christmas one, went over to the right corner and clicked ungroup, and then deleted the stars. And now I'm able to move around my Merry Christmas words and resize them the way that I want. Now, it's important, or I think it's important, to put these shapes on your canvas when you are about to cut out an image or wording, because it helps you with the scale of where your placement is going to be. So that's why I did that. This is another easy one to do. And then I just changed the wording to red, removed my circle, and then made it on my Explore 3. After click continue, then I just chose my removable vinyl material and more for my pressure. Cut that out, weeded it all out, transferred it over onto my transfer tape. And then I actually used my finger sander to sand down the wood around just a bit more. Like I said, was looking for more of a rustic farmhouse kind of look. My friend really wanted that as well. And then just cut that out. Transferred it back over to the wood round and smoothed it all out. The next thing I'm going to do is take an assortment of greenery and some berries that I already have on hand and I just kind of randomly placed them around using some hot glue. I actually went back and stapled a few of the stems in place so they wouldn't fall or anything over time, so that my friend could have a nice sturdy stable greenery like pick area. I just kind of put it on the catty corner side of where most of the void space was. And then there's two options that I have. I can do a plain burlap ribbon or this Merry Christmas burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I think I'm going to go with the Dollar Tree one, but for this video I just kept the burlap one. Simple, easy, super adorable, super cute, and super fun.
By the fire and chill, isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you.
Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.